Now we come to gammas. And gammas are the worst type of male because, excuse me, gammas, they will actively avoid all conflict and all confrontation. But they are, however, highly, highly intelligent. And they are often of a higher intelligence than the alpha, bravo, or delta. The problem that this brings is that gamma males think that this higher intelligence is what should guarantee their position as the alpha of whatever group they're in. And what they will do is they will try and seek to get close to the alpha. And then, much unlike the Bravo or the Delta, whenever they can, the Gamma male will try to usurp power from the Alpha in some way. In some way, he will try to make the Alpha look bad. He will try to make the Alpha seem bad. And he will try to win the respect of the Bravos who are following that Alpha. Now, these men, they feel entitled to the passive adulation that the Alpha and Bravos get based on nothing alone but their intelligence. And this is what makes them dangerous to an organization, because these men will hold on to grudges. These men will hold on to grudges for so long and with such intensity that when they finally act out these grudges, they can cause quite a bit of damage to an alpha that has not properly identified a gamma and kicked him out of the group. Because what gamma males don't understand is that an alpha is chosen from his social and professional circle based on competence, trustworthiness, and sometimes a sheer physical presence. But most of all, it is the willingness to accept the consequences for their actions that make an alpha. Gammas do not want to accept consequences. They would rather be something akin to like a secret alpha running things from the background, from the shadow. They'd rather not be seen. For example, Jared Kushner to Donald Trump. He was seen, but every time he was seen, he was always quiet. He didn't want to give the impression that he might have been in Trump's ear, telling him what to do regarding certain nations. Now, these gammas, they can be very tactful in social situations. The classic beta male classification would be today applied to the gamma male, with the difference being that gamma males tend to be vindictive, they tend to be envious, they'll tend to blame others for their shortcomings. And while their intelligence can make them quite good at mimicking the traits of an alpha for a time, once identified as a gamma and his true nature is revealed, they become rather repulsive to women. This is due to one key trait of the gamma male that the others do not possess, in that the gamma male lies to himself about positions about his position in society, and he lies to others constantly. He needs to project that his world view is made of his wishes and not the reality of what the world has defined for him. They live in a bubble. They live in a bubble that they created for themselves. And this bubble allows them to feel like the secret alpha. Because again, they're always trying to get close to an alpha, to one day usurp them somehow. Now, normally, before a gamma male gets the chance to do this, a Bravo male will have identified him as such and will have gotten rid of him. That happens quite, excuse me, all the time. Now, the gamma male, while he is kind of trying to usurp his alpha, he is also actively deriving pleasure from doing so. From history, we can think of Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli, who some of you may know, was a very classic gamma, non-confrontational, highly intelligent, and never wanted outright power, but wanted to be near enough to power that he could influence. Now, the reason why these men, why men like gammas, would be undesirable in organizations is their vindictive nature. Because while they may perhaps have the vision and the willingness to be an alpha, their inherent dishonesty, non-confrontational nature, and sheer lies makes everyone around them not want to follow them. Much unlike alphas, bravos, and deltas, who deeply and respectfully understand that accountability in leadership, and most importantly, respect and the sense of order that this hierarchy creates, will aid to the maintaining of a functioning society. Again, from TV, we can see some examples. Excuse me. From TV shows who have very good writing. For example, Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, classic gamma male, right? Or from How I Met Your Mother, the lead star, Ted Mosby. Now, if you go back and watch How I Met Your Mother, you will notice that Ted was not a very honest man. In fact, he was quite happy using his manipulations or using manipulation to gain what he desired. And I think this was done intentionally to promote males to display that kind of behavior. Because if every male is trying to be the alpha, and especially for black males, and sometimes for white males too, if every male is trying to be the alpha, then none will be the alpha.